Imagine a quarterback everyone wrote off, suddenly running this show in Seattle. Is Sam Darnold's comeback the real deal or just preseason fireworks? Stick around, because what's happening in the Pacific Northwest could rewrite the whole playbook. Forget what you've heard. Sam Darnold isn't just surviving Seahawks camp, he's dominating it. The guy who many called a bust is throwing the ball so fast and so clean that defenders look like they're watching in slow motion. It's not luck, it's pure skill and hunger. Darnold's electric comeback in every drill, warm-ups, 7-on-7s, full scrimmage, Darnold's ball comes out quick, precise, and fearless. He's playing like his career depends on it. Because maybe it does. Every throw is crisp, every read is sharp, and every defender in his path feels the heat. By contrast, the rookie Jalen Milroe looks like a deer in headlights. Hesitation, late reads, fear of mistakes. Even Drew Lock, normally solid, looks a half step behind. Meanwhile, Darnold is painting the field with passes that snap off his fingers. Old-school Seahawk and analyst Brock Ward summed it up best. Watching Darnold is like the game slows down for him. He sees everything. That's maturity. That's urgency. That's attitude. Locker room, turning point. Head coach Mike Macdonald's offense thrives on quick passes, bootlegs, and play action. And guess who fits that style perfectly? Darnold. Day by day, his teammates are giving him that what-if look. What if he really is our guy? The buzz is real. In a room where Geno Smith once held the keys and Drew Lock seemed destined for backup duty, Darnold is carving out a new path. He's not just competing, he's leading. Bombshell from Dallas. Meanwhile, down in Dallas, a storm is brewing. Star linebacker Micah Parsons has requested a trade. DeMarcus Lawrence is stepping up as the new alpha, teaching rookies to play like monsters. And rookie Nick Emmanwori, he's already a hero to the next generation. The Cowboys' defense is shaking around the edges. Back in Seattle, that news only adds to the suspense. The NFL landscape is shifting. One team's drama always affects the rest. Seahawks fans, what do you believe? Is Sam Darnold the real quarterback solution? Rate your confidence 1 to 10 in the comments. Will the Cowboys' chaos help or hurt Seattle's chance? Share your take below. Let's hear it. Drop your thoughts and let's get this conversation rolling. What if I told you the most feared pass rusher in football just asked to leave his team? And our Seahawks might actually be the perfect landing spot? Sounds crazy, right? But it's real. And it's happening right now. Micah Parsons, yes, that Micah Parsons, just lit the NFL world on fire. The news that shook Dallas. No rumors. No vague tweets. Micah made it crystal clear. He wants out of Dallas. Why? Because he's had enough. Enough of the culture. Enough of the disrespect. Enough of waiting for a payday that matches his dominance on the field. And when a player like Micah Parsons becomes available, the league stops. We're talking about a guy who's only 25 years old, already Defensive Rookie of the Year, 3-time All-Pro, 4-time Pro Bowler, and never had a season with fewer than 12 sacks. Let me say that again, 12 sacks minimum, every single season. That's not normal. That's elite. That's generational. And what team was named by Sports Illustrated as the most realistic fit for Micah? Seattle. Why the Seahawks need this move? Let's be real with ourselves here. We haven't had a true game wrecker off the edge since Frank Clark in 2018. Sure, our defense has been decent, but we're missing that one explosive, unblockable, terrifying force that offenses fear. Micah would be that and more. And with new head coach Mike Macdonald, a defensive mastermind who builds creative, aggressive systems, Parsons could be unstoppable in Seattle. Think about this. Standing up on the edge, free to attack inside or outside, switching sides mid-drive, dropping into coverage when needed, creating chaos on every single snap. Under Macdonald, He wouldn't just be great, he'd be historic. What would IT cost? Here's the reality. It won't be cheap. A suggested trade package? Derek Hall, a first-round pick, and a third-round pick. That's a lot. But think of the return. Hall is promising, but he's still learning. Micah is already one of the top 3 defensive players in the NFL. And when your team wants to compete right now, sometimes you pay the price. And let's talk about that contract. Yes, he wants to be the highest paid defender in the NFL. And you know what? He deserves it. Because what he brings isn't just stats. It's swagger, dominance, and leadership. A reunion that would shake the NFC. Now imagine this. You trade for Micah Parsons. And who's already on the roster? His old teammate DeMarcus Lawrence. The 33-year-old vet came to Seattle and has immediately become the voice of the defense. He's coaching the young guys. He's leading by example. And he's still dominating, even after foot surgery. Now imagine both of them on the same field again, older, wiser, and angrier. That's not just a defense. That's a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks. A defense with teeth again. Since the Legion of Boom faded, Seattle has lacked that identity. That bite. That fear factor. Parsons changes everything. Suddenly, this team goes from scrappy and promising to dangerous and dominant. Suddenly, the culture shifts. The energy changes. The respect returns. But here's the big question. Are we ready for that kind of personality? Are we ready to make that kind of investment? Because talent this big comes with ego, leadership, emotion, and expectations. And if Seattle's locker room is strong enough, if we really want to compete with the 49ers, Eagles, and Cowboys, this might be the move that puts us back on the NFL map. Seahawks fans, I need your opinion. Would you make this trade for Micah Parsons? Would you give up Hall, a first, and a third, and pay top dollar? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Rate the trade 1 to 10. And tell me, is this the piece we've been waiting for since the Legion of Boom? Let's talk. Let's dream. Let's build something scary. Sometimes, a team doesn't just need new talent. It needs a new heartbeat. That's what DeMarcus Lawrence has become for the Seahawks. The standard is back. Forget the stats for a second. Forget age. Forget past injuries. Just watch what's happening in training camp. This man, at 33 years old, picked up Abe Lucas, a 324-pound offensive lineman, and tossed him like a shopping bag. That's not just strength. That's intensity, focus, purpose. And our head coach Mike McDonald, who has worked with stars like Kyle Hamilton and Roquan Smith, didn't hold back. He's the best practice player I've ever been around. Let that sink in. Every rep, every drill, every second. Lawrence is going 100% on every snap like it's the Super Bowl. He's not just training, he's setting the tone. When someone jumped offside in practice, he didn't laugh it off. He shouted, "If you jump, you switch. If you mess up, you're out." That's not arrogance. That's a standard. And Seattle's been missing that for a long time. A new kind of leader. We've had amazing players. Legends like Bobby Wagner and Tyler Lockett. Incredible talents, great humans. But quiet. Lawrence is different. He talks, he pushes, he leads. And everyone is responding. Even Leonard Williams, a guy who's been around the NFL, said it straight. He's a dog. He outwalks the rookies. He leads. He sets the example. And the best part? He's healthy. And more than that, he's hungry. He came to Seattle not to fade out quietly. He came to build something new. The culture shift is real. You can already feel it. O-linemen are pushing harder because they have to keep up. Rookies are locking in, trying to avoid his fire. Coaches? They've got an extra coach already on the field. And if Micah Parsons does end up coming to Seattle, Pairing Lawrence plus Parsons could be the most violent duo we've seen since the Legion of Boom ruled the NFL. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Because while the vets are holding it down, something else is happening. And it's coming from the youngest guy on the field. Enter Nick Emman, the rookie who's already a star. Every now and then, a player comes along who just feels different. He's 21 years old, a second-round pick, no huge expectations. And yet, he's stealing the show. The play that said everything. During the Kids' Day practice, Nick Emman made a play that fans will never forget. Jalen Milroe launched a deep pass. Emman took flight. 6'3", of muscle and instincts, fully extended in the air. Diving interception. Clean. Cinematic. Like it came out of a movie. He popped up. Didn't just celebrate. He sprinted across the field, straight to the fence, and started high-fiving kids and signing footballs. The crowd lost it. The starters ran to him. And suddenly, he wasn't just a rookie anymore. He was a character in the Seahawks story. Not a fluke. Not a flash. This wasn't his first big moment. Earlier that week, Emman baited Milroe again, faked a blitz, dropped into coverage, and snagged another pick. He's not just playing well. He's playing with instinct, with presence, with that it factor you can't coach. The takeaway: between DeMarcus Lawrence setting the fire and Nick Emman lighting up the sky, something's changing in Seattle. It's not just talent. It's identity. It's leadership. It's the beginning of something that finally feels real again. And whether you're a diehard fan or a new one just jumping in, you can feel it in your bones. He didn't just make a play. He took the whole field and owned it. There's something wild happening in Seattle, and it starts with a rookie who's playing like he was built in a lab. His name is Nick Emman, and Mike McDonald is using him like a weapon nobody's ever seen before. Deep safety? Check. Outside linebacker? Check. Blitzing off the edge? Middle of the field? Flat zone? All of it. The kid is everywhere. And McDonald, this coach with a military brain and a mad scientist's heart, he knows exactly what he's doing. He's pushing Emman's limits while letting him stay raw, free, and fearless. He's not trying to overcoach him. He's giving him tools, but letting him create. That's the magic. And that's the danger for everyone else. Because Emman isn't just learning, he's dominating. He makes mistakes, sure, but he fixes them instantly. He soaks up knowledge like a sponge. He hits, he flies, he smiles, and he's already earned respect from vets like Julian Love and Kobe Bryant. He's not a project anymore. He's a weapon in the Seahawks' main defensive game plan. And here's the scary part. He doesn't even realize how special he is. Coach McDonald knows. He coached Kyle Hamilton in Baltimore. He's seen elite. And this kid? He's not far off. He's got that Legion of Boom energy, grit, charisma, and chaos. But he's doing it from day one. Now add in DeMarcus Lawrence, who's quietly becoming the heartbeat of this front. And imagine if Micah Parsons walks through that door. Yeah, this defense could turn into something legendary. Not next year. Now. And hey, don't forget the offense. There's a lineman nobody is talking about, but he just stonewalled DeMarcus Lawrence twice in one-on-ones. Maybe he's the guy who finally fixes that gaping hole on the right side of the line. Maybe Seattle's about to shock some people. Because here's the truth. This isn't just a rebuilding team anymore. This is a team fighting for its soul. Darnold has reignited the QB war. Parsons could redefine the whole defense. Lawrence is already setting the tone, and Emman? That kid kicked the door down and walked straight into the spotlight. But now comes the hardest question of all. Will this team build something real? Or are we just watching another flash in the pan fade into wasted potential? Let me know in the comments, Seahawks fans. Is this 2012 all over again? Or is it just a dream?